But any weight? Do you not hold any weight to any of these? Like the Gabriel Saudi thing from 2 years ago.
That one is probably more than the Isak one. I think can have some weight. I genuinely think we should be concerned about that one. I can see that happening if that bid comes in. For the figures that have been reported, I think he goes. I think he goes.
What's your price?
Sorry?
What's your price, Jordan?
If I was asking them, what would I let him go for? It wouldn't be for anything less than 65, 70.
That's quite low.
I'd have said 100.
I'll say 100 as well.
They'd have to replace him. I heard a little rumour today that, you know, if it was to happen, that Gay would be like a top target of Arsenal, which is probably 60 million. Is he, you know, looking at 60 million for that? So if you're selling for 70, you're only really making a 15 million pound profit when you think you've got him for 20 odd million. I think it's got to be, you know, something extraordinary. Like, and I'm with you, James. 100 million.
Well, I said nothing less than 65 million. Nothing less. I think 65 gets us negotiating. It may rise to the 80s. I don't think you'll go for 100, but I think you're looking at between 65 and 80.
I think it's Saudi though. They got the money, like, so. You know, if it's one thing them swaying Gabriel with the potential wages, I get that. But I'd be telling Gabriel they got to sway us with the figure then, 100 mil. Like,
wouldn't that make Gabriel the most expensive signing in that league? I don't know. If,
in that league, I don't care. But
we don't care. But from their point of view, I don't know if you want your marquee signing to your league to be Gabriel.
I don't know about marquee. When you actually consider Gabriel's probably top 5 centre back in world football in his prime, it probably is all round, all things considered, Ronaldo aside, obviously, a very big signing. What other player has signed for them in their prime that's in the top 5 in their position? It's quite a that would be a big. That would be a big. I know what you're talking about. I'm not saying you're wrong.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just yeah. I mean, and the reason why I think it could happen is because you've got to look at the pattern of Brazilians that have made these sorts of moves. The Brazilians, they're the sort of people that really think about generational wealth. They really take money and they see football as a chance to really secure the bag for generations and families. You know, we've seen it with other Brazilians before. And I don't wrong them for that either. I know a lot of people, oh, why would you go to take the money in your prime? I don't wrong them for that. I do not. So the reason why I'm taking this seriously is because if that bid comes in, they make him an incredible offer. I don't think it's I want to stay in the Premier League, best league in the world. I think a lot of Brazilians and South Americans think I could look after my family's family and the whole town where I'm from. That's how they approach it. I could be wrong, but I'm looking at other Brazilians that have made moves that have made you think, when the money's involved, those guys don't play around.
Yeah, Oscar was a big one, isn't it?
Oscar, yeah. Hulk. These guys were in their prime. So I'm taking this one seriously. What do you guys think?
The reason I say 100 is because I don't want him to go. So basically, it's going to be like stupid money. I'm not saying they pay that. I'm just saying that's the point I'm having the conversation, because I think Arsenal Football Club. How long has it been since we've legitimately had even one player that we would put up against almost anybody in world football? That's not me saying Gabriel's the best centre back in world football, but like, you know, having players that we're like, we back and are like, yeah, we think you're one of the best in the world. And we've got to that in the last few years. And I don't want to lose them, not before we've bloody won anything. And I said something on a live with Robbie the other day. It's worth remembering that Liverpool are going to win the Premier League this year. Man City have won it the last 4 years, and they've all done it without Gabriel Magalhaes. You can win trophies without Gabriel. So it's not that like, oh, everything collapses if you sell him. There's always another player. There's always another way. Hell, sometimes you improve your defense simply by being better in attack. So maybe use that money to, buy your number 10 or your striker, whatever it is. But I just think it's also to set a tone in the selling market, which Berta seems to have a pretty good record in from a quick glance. There's a video on AFTV now about it. I just think to set a standard on sales, to actually start valuing our players where I think they belong, and also because I don't think it'll be easy to replace, and I don't want them to go. I'm slapping that £100 million, and if they come to that, then I'll go, all right. I actually think Calafiori has looked better as a centre back for Italy than he has as a left back for us. So maybe you do some moving around there, but otherwise, there's always another player. Some people say Murillo. He's been unbelievable for Forest this year. They're going to get Champions League football.
He's a good defender.
Yeah. I'd like a left footer, but yeah, there's always.
He's both footed though.
Sorry,
I swear he's both footed. I'm pretty sure he.
You might be right. If he is,
I'm pretty sure he's both footed. Chat. Where did I get that from?
Yeah, you might be right. Well, brilliant. I mean,
he's good in the box in the aerial heading ability.
Yeah,
but yeah, we're thinking. Like, I'm with James. The reason I mentioned if Gabriel turns around and says to us, "Listen, that offer is mad for me," I'd turn around to him and say, "Well, it needs to be mad for us as well," and that is 100 mil. And then you think, am I worried about it? Yeah, because I don't want to for once we've got a partnership that it's the strongest of the Emirates era, comfortably. Like, I don't want that broken up. I need that built upon. I don't want to be this summer. We've got enough to worry about in the front three, the midfield, let alone sorting something out big defensively. And I would have hoped that if it was on the cards, Calafiori did play left centre back a bit more this season to see how he is there alongside of Saliba. But hopefully that ship sailed in terms of.
James. What's the second best partnership of the Emirates era? That's a fun question, isn't it?
Probably Koscielny Mertesacker, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Is it?
That's a massive drop. That is.
Toure Gallas?
No.
Oh.
Toure Gallas.
Nah.
I know we only saw it for 5 games, but it's Koscielny Vermaelen. We only saw it for 5 games, but
that was good.
Yeah, that was meant to be another one. Yeah.
That was good.
We barely saw it. Do you know? I know. There's some stats I did the rounds. I never loved the Koscielny Mertesacker partnership as much as others did. I get they won the FA Cup. They had some really good records. I think they had a good record on the road. But I never loved that partnership. If I'm completely honest,
Mertesacker was too slow. Not my cup of tea.
I have to.
These two are in a different league.
I respect what he did. 100 caps for Germany and all that, and a good player. But
Vermaelen's got to be in it when he was fit.
Yeah, come a long way, basically.
Do
you know what? 120 million.
PTSD.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to make sure about it.
Socrates and Louis. Oh God.
As we win games of football, I can't believe it. You know what I mean?
Let me couple this Gabriel conversation up with Ornstein. I think recently mentioned that Arsenal will probably sell a player of value this summer. I think it was about a week ago he said it. Let's say a player of value means 50 million. I'm going to assume it means 50 million-ish. Who would that player of value be for you guys?
We haven't got anybody worth 50 million, have we?
Of course we do, bro. Have you seen this market? I'll start.
Go on.
Martinelli for me. We could get 50 M's for him.
Max. I'm in the 40-45 bracket. But go on.
Yeah, but add-ons. He's young. So I mean, okay. Like off the books, 50 in coming in. The Martinelli would probably be the one. But yeah. What about you?
White, that one?
Nah.
50 mil.
What, Lee? You're on to Ben White?
No, I don't want it to go. I'm just sure you're talking about players of.
You just don't want to say Martinelli. You're trying to protect him. Don't throw Ben White in front of him.